Dick.
Crumb? Ledger?
No, maybe Dick Dellery. I'd have to go back and look at my notes. I have to look at Louise's notes. That's how I know they are. And, I know how it's taught there. The Gretel and Paul Dunsing. They taught some German stuff. Oh, Abe Kennison also called there. Abe, Jewish lad, great big fella, quite good looking. But could not talk. Stutter. Couldn't talk. He stutter all of the stutter. Sing like crazy and call dances. But he couldn't talk to you and I. Get that out. Wonderful man. Louise Winston and he were very charming, very close. And when he was in here calling in the area, he was staying with stayed with Louise sometimes. But he also stayed at the Arrow House, I think it was called then. That's old Joe Clark was set up, and after the Arrow House, I think, and the A House it was called, and this place where
Separate from old Joe Clark.
Yeah.
Different than old Joe Clark.
I think it's spin-offs. I think one was the same. A lot of names there. A lot of names, a lot of people. Great memories. I had some great fun. Wonderful dancing. Oh God, I did some dancing. Unbelievable. Because I was young, like you. I just wet all the time, yeah, like you do. And just dance. Go on weekends. Go to East Hill Farm. I taught at East Hill Farm for, 17 years with Ralph Page, George Hodgson, and Roger Wynot. And yet, it was a square dance weekend. And you think, that'll be the same. It was no more the same than you are to that wall. I mean, each one of us had a different outlook and attitude about dance and what came out. And Roger Wynot had, unfortunately, wonderful column, and he got to drink. And he had a different attitude, and George Hodgson had, he had a whole different attitude. And of course, Ralph was just Ralph. And unfortunately, Ralph objected to having somebody record him. It's just too bad. We only have very few pieces that we know he called. They're there. We have them, but
like the record for Grand Square, the 45.
Yeah, but I'm talking at.
But that's him, right?
I'm talking at weekends. Yeah. Oh yeah. But he recorded those. That was deliberately went and recorded. That wasn't just ad hoc out of nowhere. Divide the session up. So you'd have 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon and an evening party, but you couldn't record that. He objected to it, but
because
he did let one man record, and the few that we have was for that gentleman whose name I can't remember. He was a New Yorker, and so we have those tapes that Ted Sinal got, and we put on, we got a tape out on Ralph.
And did he give a reason?
No, none I know of.
He didn't say, because I'll lose money on making money from recordings?
No.
If they can hear me on tape,
No,
they won't hire me?
It was just a thing. Sometimes we have things and we don't know why we have them, but that was one of them. I can tell you more than that. But he never allowed anybody to record him, except that one man and that's what the one tape of him we put out, the Ralph Page Memorial Fund Committee put out, is from that one man, one tape. That we have some other, well, let's put it another way. Ted Snell got some others, but by that time, they weren't very good. We used the best of the session, those tapes. So you have to do with, I said put another tape, but we didn't do it. Oh, Rod Linnell used to call too. When Rod Linnell died, that's how Ralph Page took over Troy. Who the owner of Troy East Hill Farm is, or was, asked Ralph if he'd take over. And so Ralph ran those. When Rod Linnell died, now there was a caller. Oh God, he was smooth as glass. Wonderful caller. Nice man. I hate to see him when they're so good, they die so young. Such a loss to us.
How young?
Huh?
How young?
Yeah.
How young?
Anybody under 20 is young.
Well, how young was
I
Rod?
have no idea. It's a question I don't have an answer to. Maybe 40, 50, something like that. maybe. But, God, he was good. Damn, those kind of people could call. And everybody was square dancing then. We go up and say we're doing Troy, all right? So there was me, and Josh, and Roger Wynot, and Ralph. We all did squares. We all got to do squares. We all got to do long contras. And if someone put on some kind of a couple dance, we'd all get up and do it if we felt like it. So it was not very cliquey or exclusive. The gang was there, and they were ones that came year after year. So you always knew it was going to be this gang of dancers who came every year, and so it was like a little bit of reunion. There was a couple, they called her Brownie. I don't really know what her name was, but they called her that, and she was a Cherokee Indian or something, and we're quite proud of it. She'd let you know about that. And her husband was a minister, I guess, and so it was a reunion because we only see them there. And it was, and there was some people from New York come up from the city. In fact, the man that Ralph would let record on a tape recorder, he's up from New York. And there was a woman that used to come, and she was wild. So much fun. Orly was her name. O-R-L-Y. I think that's the spelling. And there was always these little after parties, and in the cabins, there'd be little bending the elbows that were, and there'd always be a little bit of food and crackers and cheese. And you brought that with you. We have these little after parties, and that's how you get in with people. You get these little concert. Seeing the same people, and you talk to them and dance with them, and sometimes they put up with you, sometimes they don't. It doesn't bother me. But I had some wonderful, there's no question, I had some wonderful times. Wonderful times. Troy, back to Troy, when they had the evening party, right? Oh, and if, let's say, we got the evening party, and some other teacher or leader shows up, Ralph would put them on. You know, one year May Gadd came up, and so he had put May Gadd on. We would dance with her, you know, and then I think Ann Sorensen was there that year, and he put her on, and it sandwiched in between us. Can't lose on even something they pay us. You know, the modern crowd, I don't think would appreciate it, because I don't think their mentality is for it, because they didn't grow up with it. They haven't been exposed to it. Am I wrong?
Different than the people that go to Pine Woods and get that kind of diversity.
Yeah. These people were square dancers and contra dancers, ballroom. So they were not English country dancers per se, although some of them were.
But they didn't do it every week.
I don't know what they did.
Some of them didn't do it every week.
I don't know. I can remember one couple, little petite couple, little tiny people, darling, and they were, to me, what I am now, they were old, you know. And I thought it was old because they had gray hair and they, you know, and they were country dancers, and I know where they came, English country dancers, I know where they came from. Someplace in Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania, where there was an English country dance group. There used to be.
Purdue's. They still have it.
Or it may not have been Dues, but there was Purdue's group, and there was another little group. 2 women ran it.
May Ann Senior.
They came up there. No man was, no.
Before her.
Oh, yeah. And then nice little group. Nice little couple. They were darling.
Tom Senior?
And they always came up because they wanted to, because I was teaching English country dance. And when they came around to do the English country dance, they were the first ones on the floor. They were so cute. Little, lovely little people. Maybe they weren't. I just thought they were lovely, little. Yeah, they were small. And they had an accent. I don't know when they came into this country, they both had an accent, and they always called me Mr. Fogg. And I said, my name is George. No, you're Mr. Fogg. It's a whole different group, their age, and the way they were brought up. That you always talk to people above you. You call them Mr. and Mrs. or Miss. And so I was always Mr. Fogg. And you know, that's not my style. Mr. Fogg. But that's nice, but I'm not. But she was always Mr. Fogg. Okay. We'll do Mr. Fogg if you want. And I had good fun there. I had good fun. I learned a lot. If you keep your ears open, you can learn a hell of a lot. Because those people were tops. They just were good. They knew how to lead, they knew how to call, they knew how to teach. And so, because Roger Wynot was doing modern contras, Wandering Waltz contra. Remember, did you do it?
Wandering Waltz contra?
Yeah. No. See, they don't want to do that kind anymore. They just want to run around and anyway. No, and so it's a lovely little dance.